flip it around. If I would find it weird, don't do it. Something broke. Hopefully it's not my Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken! Hi guys, welcome to Scream Queen Stream. We're your hosts, Heather Dorff.
And I'm Jessica Cameron. And what are we going to talk about today, Heather Dorff?
Why do I always have to say? Okay.
Because usually they're like my wacky ideas and I get a kick out of you having to say it. Because you're usually like, no, Jessica, I don't want to do that.
But this is my idea, actually, for once.
Fine.
Okay.
Today we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of dating based on our own advice.
We think this is really valuable information. Again, this is going to be catered to our male audience, but I think our females will get a kick out of it too and agree. We're basically going to give you, again, the top 10 tips of do's and don'ts when dating a female, which we think will hopefully be super helpful for those of you out there in the scene like us who are just trying to find a good partner.
So let's just not even pay attention to the fact that we're both failing at finding a good partner. And
but that's because
single.
But that's because men don't follow these do's and don'ts.
Don't follow these rules, and maybe we won't be single anymore.
Correct. I'm serious. Like that's why. It's like what?
A little disclaimer: we are not trying to be negative. We are trying to be positive. This comes from so many dates where we're like, oh my god, why is this a thing?
Right. And I think some of it is just not clarity. Females, and this is totally females' faults too. Females have a hard time sometimes admitting what they do and don't like. They are so concerned with like being honest and like possibly hurting your feelings that they don't be straightforward. So we're giving you some tips that we find most females can generally agree with and might not say. So it's good, just general, again, do's and don'ts. All right, so we're going to start with the don'ts. So the number one don't offer solutions to problems unless she specifically asks you what to do. I know that sounds crazy, and women like to bitch a lot. I know, okay? Women do like to complain and kind of go over what they're, concerned about a lot, but unless they specifically...
not all women.
Bullshit. You do too. We all do. We all need to talk to someone sometimes, but sometimes we simply need to say it in order to...
That's why I call you at 2 in the morning.
I know, but sometimes we simply need to say it to find a solution. We already know what the solution is, but somehow verbalizing it to someone else helps us kind of solidify it. So again... don't offer solutions to problems unless asked. Like, hon, what do you think I should do? What's your opinion of this? Don't even put in a fucking opinion unless asked. I know it's weird. Women are crazy. I'm sorry. And I'm not, because we're also awesome. So there's that.
Number 2, do not invite yourself over to her place in place of an actual date or after or before a date, at least for the first 5 dates.
5 to 10 dates, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Like, don't invite yourself over to... Here's the thing. Inviting yourself over to somebody else's house is rude.
Well, it's
under any circumstances. Wait to be invited. If we want to let you in our place, you will know. Trust me.
It's not even just about being rude. It sort of seems lazy. We've gotten to this place where guys are like, let's just Netflix and chill. Like, I barely know you. We just started dating. But I'd rather just hang out at your house. Don't get me wrong. When we get to know each other and when we've gotten to a comfortable place and I know that we're either we are exclusive or we're leading to more of an exclusive relationship, you being like, babe, I don't want to go out. I just want to like lay in my pajamas and order food and watch a good movie. That's totally acceptable. But when you're first dating someone, you're courting them. You want to get to know them. You want to have fun. You want to see all the aspects of them. And doing that is much better actually in a public kind of environment versus at home.
So 2 different thoughts. Number 2 was just me saying don't invite yourself over. You actually hit on number 3, which was don't replace Netflix and chill with actual dates for at least the first 5 to 10 dates.
Right. They're both, honestly though, they really do go together. Like, it's not...
Don't invite yourself over and don't slack off on planning real dates. In the outside world. From the introvert. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, from the introvert. And at least at first, and then always, like, on occasion, like, make an effort to make actual dates. And again, they should too. It should be kind of a dual thing. But don't replace Netflix and chill with actual, like, going out and dates, at least for the first 10 dates. At least.
Number 4. Don't bring up how hot other women are.
Here's the thing. Okay, now I really speak from a place where this was consistently happening in my last relationship. I am a very unjealous person. I can appreciate a female's beauty. I can appreciate when they're in an amazing outfit. Like,
when we see them, we have eyes.
We're not
so
idiots.
Here's the thing: if you're looking and you're like, "Wow, that woman's attractive," in your mind, we've probably also seen that woman and thought, "Wow, that woman is attractive."
But there's still ways to go about it without being a creeper. And also, there's like a level of how often are you commenting on how other women look, or the size of their ass, or the size of their boobs, that becomes weird.
But you just don't bring it up. Just it doesn't need to be verbalized.
Honestly, yeah, there's a level of that. Because again, all I can say is put yourself in our shoes. If we constantly, when we see an attractive man on TV, or a naked man on TV, or an attractive man in real life, if we make a point to point out to you, God damn, he's hot, or God, like, you're not going to appreciate it, dude. We don't appreciate it either. It's not that we don't understand they're attractive, and we don't that we're asking you not to see beauty or to completely ignore those things.
But it shouldn't be the subject of the conversation.
Yeah, it's okay. Like,
it doesn't. It's a pointless subject. Where are we going to go from there?
Right.
It's a pointless observation that should not have a bearing on us, the situation we are in, or what we are doing.
That being said, I've had men bring up, like, when we were at festivals and stuff, a girl would be in an amazing outfit with really cool makeup. Like, gosh.
But there's difference in talking about her outfit or her put together, rather than being like, that girl's hot.
God damn, she has some big old titties. It's like, come on. I feel like this is common sense, but maybe it's not. I don't know.
If it was common sense, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
I know. It's weird. especially in a naked or sex scene. Don't be like, God damn. Guys, don't do it. We're not going to do it to you. Don't do it to us, okay?
Correct. Okay.
Okay. So real important. Don't comment publicly on her social media anything like overtly sexual or about her body parts. It's weird. Again, it's not even just if you're dating her. Just don't do that, period. It's weird.
No woman's ever like, oh my God, that guy who commented about how great my breast looks in that photo, he made my day. That's like not a real thing.
No. But
we all think you're creepy.
Yes. Anytime you're...
Especially those that obsess over our feet. Yes. I'm talking about you.
That being said, I have some friends that like comically comment about my feet in like a joking
You're
manner.
part of the problem.
No, they're okay because we know it's a joke and it's
no. Some people don't. It enables
but that's
the people
the
that
problem.
are real.
Here's the thing, guys. There's
don't
a careful balance in the interwebs. Like, here's the thing: if you constantly are commenting about how much you want to like have sex with my breasts, it's fucking weird. It's weird, guys. It's not appropriate. And again, all I can say is, what would you think of me if every hot, attractive, half-naked dude I was posting comments on, I want to just lick your abs and put my breasts between your penis? Like, it's not appropriate, and you would think I was crazy.
Correct. If you wouldn't say it to somebody's face, don't say it on the internet.
Well, not only that, is if you saw a female doing the same thing to a dude and it would piss you off, irritate you, or you'd think they were weird, don't do it either, guys. Again, there's things in good nature, and then there's just getting fucking creepy. Find the balance. Find the balance. And always just say, if a female did this to a dude's profile, like flip it around, if I would find it weird, don't do it. Something broke. Hopefully it's not my Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken!
Is a Kentucky Fried Chicken safe?
I don't know. Because I don't know where your light is. Dude, no!
I feel like the Kentucky Fried Chicken did not live.
Bitch, your cat is too much. He literally destroyed some goddamn Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Number 6. Don't talk about your ex in detail, at least on the first 3 dates. If you are asked specifically about an ex or a situation regarding your ex, keep your answers short and sweet.
Right, and I've actually made this mistake because here's the thing, it's not even so much I make the mistake, the problem is someone will ask me about my last serious ex, and my last serious ex was a 7-year relationship, so every time I mention it, they want to know, which I understand, it's weird, right? Like, okay, I was in a 7-year relationship with someone, that's odd. So I end up having to go in to be like, okay, well, just so you understand, like, it was amicable, we weren't meant to be, but it gets uncomfortable, and I totally get it. It gets uncomfortable for me and them. You just have to be really careful.
But also, like, here's the thing. The other thing about that I personally find that I think we don't think about, but we should, it's kind of a waste of time for the first couple dates, because A, it's a real big downer. B, it doesn't really matter unless you're, like, looking long term.
Right.
Like, how they dealt with that can totally wait, because, again, you're going to go on more dates with people that are not going to make it to, like, date 3, 4, or 5. So why have that downer conversation?
Right.
Just wait until you see, like, where this is going.
I agree.
Before, like, you drop down the mood.
I tried to do that, but every time they ask me, and they're like, oh, yeah, you know, we ended just fine. They're like, well, how long were you together? I'm like, 7 years. The second I bring up the 7 years thing, which I can't lie about, the second I say that and try to end the conversation, it becomes a thing. Again,
I feel like also you could just be like, I don't really want to talk about this right now. It's kind
but
of.
Then
like,
it seems weird. It seems like I'm not over it. If I try to avoid it, it seems like. Trust me, I'm a unique situation of fucked.
Also, don't just date somebody for 7 years. If they haven't put a ring on your finger after like 3.
Don't put a ring on it. Just fuck them. That being said, I would have been 25 when I got married then.
No, you would have been 25 when you got engaged.
No, yeah, but that's still in my. Okay, I'm gonna go stay ahead and say that's not appropriate. But okay.
You can be engaged. Hey, I'm just saying.
25 is when your frontal lobe fully develops, and that's actually when you start becoming an adult, and you don't even fully develop.
The only difference between if that had happened and now is the fact that you'd have a really pretty rock.
No, because you have to get that shit back if you don't marry.
Yeah,
you do. Especially in California. But anyways, go ahead.
Number 7. Do not, under any circumstances, regardless of how long you've been dating, bash your exes. Regardless of how badly your last relationship was, there's no need to talk negatively about it. If it ended really badly, be like, it ended badly. I don't want to talk about it. It's fine. We all get it. There's situations and stuff that we don't need. But when you bash them, we all know you're gonna likely do that to us at some point.
Caveat, when you consistently bash, it's okay to say, she treated me really bad.
But that's not
really
bashing.
Yeah,
you're talking about how
like,
you felt.
She's such a piece of
you
shit.
Bring it to
She's
yours.
a crazy, stupid
and don't
bitch.
call her. When I'm saying bashing, I'm thinking name calling.
Yeah.
I'm thinking insult. I'm making derogatory comments. If you're like, she made me feel this way. She did this.
This
again,
is how she
objective
me.
conversation.
Those
but
are
even
okay.
then, that's a more serious conversation that should be further down the relationship line,
Absolutely.
not the first couple dates. A, it's a fucking downer. B, we don't know you enough to know how to take that.
Right.
We haven't been around you enough to know, do you just do this all the time? Are you a negative Nelly? Maybe what she was saying was completely fucking right.
You started the thing with
I don't think you should ever bash ever.
Bash, no.
No.
But it's okay to have
There's
an
no
honest
need,
conversation.
Correct, but further down the road. But again, there's no need to ever bash. I'm sorry. I never need to hear you call your ex names.
The reason why, too, and
up.
just to add, like, why this is important, because it can seem as though you're vindictive, grudge holding, and or not over the person.
Correct, but also you picked this person.
And to be fair, I actually had this recently too. Oh my god, I've had some weird dates recently where the guy literally suggested bringing me to an event that he knew his ex would be at just to show me off. And I literally said to him, I was like, dude, that sounds like you're not over your ex. Like, who does that? Never would I
Men
ever
that are not
think
over their exes.
men that are not over their exes. And his explanation was, oh, I just want to get her back. It's like, you shouldn't want to get an ex back. Like, ever. It's weird, guys.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Okay, 8. 8, and probably one of the most important things. Don't lie or purposely withhold information that is vital to who you are, the relationship as a whole within the first 3 dates or before sex. So what I mean by this is a lot of things. STDs, sexual preferences, extreme fetishes that are really outside of the norm. And again, that's
cross-dressing, a need for prostitutes,
a need for prostitutes. Yeah, anything super that is not, and we all know what's common, what's not. And again, you can be freaky and that's fine, but there's a line.
Here's the thing. If you don't know, just ask. Be like, hey, I'm really into prostitutes. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, if you find it normal, but you haven't encountered a lot of people that just talk about it in daily conversation. Basically, if you can't go to your boss and go, this is who I am, this is what I do, if you can't have an honest conversation with the fucking boss of your company about whatever your thing is, you need to bring it up within the first 3 dates, because that person has a choice as if they want to be with you or not based on your preferences.
Correct, but also for women, ask the questions. Be like, hey, what are you into? What are some things that I
But
should
even
know?
then, well, yeah, but here's
It's a
the
two-part
thing.
situation. You have to ask it, but then you have
Both
to be honest.
backwards and forwards. Yes, if we ask or you ask, both girls and men need to be honest and open. And again, first 3 dates before sex, at the very least, especially anything that can negatively affect them, as such as STDs. I know it's hard, guys, but you gotta be honest because it's not fair.
And can lead to a lawsuit. Yay, California.
That too. Just ask Charlie Sheen. That ain't going well for him.
Number 9. Do not bring your friends or children on the first at least 5 dates without prior approval from the woman that you are dating. Seriously, we don't want to be surprised if we show up to the date expecting you and you have a friend or your children with you and we did not expect that. That's not fair for us. We're now in a different situation we weren't planning on.
Actually, I would say never bring friends, children, and or anyone to a date without prior consultation with the person you're going on the date with. You guys gotta talk that shit out, and it goes both ways. Like, no, absolutely. Okay, so 10. I said earlier this is one of the most important, but this is actually extremely important, and this is not just for men, this is for females as well. Don't be overbearing, jealous, controlling to the point of ridiculousness in a relationship. People need to have a life outside of just their relationship, and that includes friends, personal details, interests even, that are not always intertwined with their relationship. It's normal, it's healthy. But bearing that in mind, it's okay to have limitations within that field. For example, if a girl goes, my ex has texted me and he wants to have a one-on-one dinner with me, it's okay to be honest about your feelings and emotions about that. Like, hey, listen, I'm not comfortable with you having a private date, with an ex, someone you've slept with, someone you were with for a long time. Like, that's okay. Or even just any male one-on-one, even if it's a friend that you don't really know until you get to know them and trust them, whatever it may be. There's a difference between controlling, overbearing, and being honest with your emotions and being reasonable. Find the balance, guys. But again, and this goes both ways, girls and guys, if you find a girl that's constantly telling you can't hang out with your friends, you can't go out, you can't have your own time, that's a red flag. Major red flag. Abort.
Now that we've gone down our top 10 don'ts, it's time to discuss our top 10 do's. So things that we recommend that you do.
You do. This is just horrible. Okay, you go.
Number 1, comment on how attractive she is or how good she looks in that dress. Find a positive and verbalize it. You might think that we know when we look good. It's still always nice to hear.
It's especially nice to hear, even if you mean it or not, when she's not in makeup, when she's in her pajamas, like telling a girl she's beautiful, and not like in a derogatory way, though sometimes a derogatory way is appreciated well in the right circumstances, but just
define derogatory way.
You know what I mean, girl.
I have no idea what
you go on a date and you've been dating a guy a little while and you're in a super sexy outfit and your makeup's on fleek, as people like to say, and you're in that mini dress and a guy's like, God damn. Like, girls appreciate that too.
That's not derogatory. I think that's positive.
All right,
and on fleek has not been used since 2016.
It is still used. I just watched Insecure and it was used on that episode. That being said, you know what I mean, though. It can get more serious than what I just said. But there's appropriate times for it, right? But at the end of the day, girl, you don't realize, like, even if girls can't verbalize it, they so much appreciate when you say, I love you and I appreciate you and I think you're gorgeous, even when they look like shit. We all know we do sometimes. We love it and we appreciate it, and you don't know how much it means to us. So there you go. Number 2, bring flowers or some sort of small, not super expensive token gift within the first to 3 dates, right? Because you can't, I don't know. I think it's super cute even if a guy brings a single rose on the first date,
major bonus points.
You do. It's like,
major bonus points.
He's being like super chivalrous
and old-fashioned.
And it was sort of old-fashioned, but old-fashioned's good to an extent.
Of course, absolutely. I'm a big fan. I think it's, and again, like the thoughtful gifts. So I'm not saying go out and spend a bunch of money.
Yes, no, don't.
Thoughtful,
Please,
sweet.
Don't actually do that in the first few dates, because that is it tips the balance weirdly too. So again, flowers, something cute, something sweet.
Number 3, listen even if you really don't want to. Sometimes we want to go on rants and just vent. We're not looking for your opinion necessarily. We're just looking to talk it out, and you happen to be the person there. So just listen thoughtfully, or at least pretend to listen thoughtfully, and nod and smile when you're supposed to nod and smile, and let us say whatever it is that we are going to say.
That being said, though, you do actually kind of need to listen, because sometimes a girl will call you out on your shit if she thinks you're not really listening but pretending to listen. So don't do that. And girls should do this too. Again, this goes kind of both ways. But it is important to listen even when you're super uninteresting. I'm not saying this is like a super life important thing that you need to remember 3 days from now, but just listen. And
maybe it's just me, though. I'm like, some people just go on rants and you tune them out. Probably a sign that you shouldn't be with them.
Yeah, if they do that a lot, if they do that all the time to the point where you're like, then, but I don't know, women rant a lot. They really do.
I don't. I tune you out.
Bullshit. You rant a lot. You rant equally as much as me. I don't fucking care. But I do listen to you to a degree. I agree. That being said, there you go, right? There's a level. There's a level of acceptance, and then there's a level of where it's like, okay, I cannot stand this person. If you're getting to not stand this person, move on. Okay. I can't say this enough, and man, do I not see it often.
Number 4 is...
Open doors, offer to carry things. Like, chivalry should not be dead, nor it should ever die. Like,
And side note, women, he's not saying you're less of a woman. He's not saying you can't open a door. He's being polite.
Really, and honestly, there's a level of that too. If you seriously open a door for a female, and I've had men tell me this, that they have like open doors for females or offered to carry things, and women proceed to give them like the fifth for why they can handle themselves. Like, fuck you, bitch. Feminism, I get it. But there's feminazi, and then there's feminism. Like, come on, guys.
Feminism means that you have the right to open the door. It doesn't mean that you have to be the only person to ever open a door for you for the rest of your life.
Exactly. It doesn't
like,
mean...
it's still polite.
Feminism is, you can open the door for me, but you understand that I can open a door for myself if I really need to. Like, I ain't helpless. Like, that's what feminism is. Feminism isn't bashing a man for opening a door. And if you're doing that, ladies... get with the goddamn program.
Right? Fight for equal pay. Fight for so many other things to which we're not held equal. Don't fight about a fucking door.
Don't fight about men being chivalrous. Fuck you. And you're fucking it up for all of us. Thanks.
Okay. Number 5. Offer to pick her up for a date, but do not insist if she says no. It's really nice. It's really polite. It's very thoughtful for you to pick us up on our date. If we don't know you very well, we might decline, but the offer is still really appreciated. However, if we do say no, please respect our wishes. Understand it's not necessarily about you. We still like you enough to go on a date with you. We just might not feel comfortable enough to be in such a confined space with possible expectations.
Well, and also it can be awkward, right? Like, sometimes a very public, like, kind of dinner where you have food and something to do other than just talk to each other. Like, in a car, you're really stuck with just having a conversation on a first date. Like, really. And I know that sounds weird, but the action of having to do things and select items to eat and something can kind of lead into making things less awkward. Be reasonable. So, here's the thing. I feel like this is going to be the most controversial of everything we said.
Number 6.
Number 6, offer to pay even if you hope she will offer to split. And I get it, guys. I get where this, like, becomes imbalanced, right? Because there's a level of, like, women want equal rights and this and that.
But also, let me just tell you something. Here's the thing. You probably spent 20 minutes showering and getting ready for the date. Maybe 30 if you had to shave. I've shaved my entire body. I've washed my entire body.
On the own.
Right? My hair took 45 minutes. My makeup took a fucking hour. And by the way, that eyeshadow I used was a $25 plus palette.
That base
primer
makeup
was
I used,
$14.
yeah.
That highlight was $32. So
That
I've already
outfit was
spent a
like-
lot of fucking time getting ready for this. And you had to hop in the shower, put on whatever is fucking clean, and show up. So I get it. You're saying you want us to split. No, it's not fair. It's already not fair. As soon as I walk through the door, I'm already at a financial deficit compared to you as far as what this has cost to be here and now. So I appreciate when you offer to pay for the date because I think it levels the playing field.
But
a
here's
little bit more.
but here's the thing: what if men say, "Well, just come like not dressed up and not in your makeup
Cool,
vest"? And...
you're not the man for me.
No, well, not only that is true that you. Don't
I want a man
most
to
girls do
appreciate
that.
this, and also I like doing this. This makes me really happy. It absolutely is my choice. It's also my choice to date a man who's not cheap and who's going to pay for the date. Again, be a gentleman, pay for the date, open my door.
I think there's a level of like, here's the thing. There's
We
so
differ on
much.
this.
we do spend a lot of time getting ready. I'm not even fucking kidding. Even like coming down to deciding on what outfit you wear can be a 30-minute ordeal. I'm not kidding. I've changed my outfit 60 million times. We are very concerned about impressing you. Okay, so that being said, though,
I'm not. I just want to feel comfortable.
You like
be
impressing
fabulous.
people. You like
No,
being
I
fabulous.
I like to feel fabulous in my own. So I'm like, I'm gonna wear whatever I feel
With her
like.
6-inch stilettos and fucking
I
mini
fucking
skirts.
love
All right,
my
bitches.
6-inch
But still,
stilettos.
she's out to impress. I'm telling you. I can tell you because she dressed me for my 10-year. Anyways, that being said, there becomes a level of decide, like, if you're paying all the time and she's never offering to pay, you have to weigh it as, is this worth it? Like, am I getting out of the relationship what I feel I should be getting out of it? Is this worth the monetary value? And it's totally okay to say no.
But
It's not.
but also have that conversation again.
Yeah.
I'm not your girl. Heather's your girl.
Fuck
She'll
off.
happily
No,
split
but
it
no, you
endlessly.
have to.
I will not.
No, I do appreciate a guy that pays more often than I do. Unless there's some weird situation where you make less than I do. Then that's negotiable. That being said, no matter what though, it boils down to, is this worth the monetary value? Like, am I getting out of this relationship how much I'm goddamn spending on it?
But keep in mind, I'm going to do that just with my time value equation. I'm not even putting any cash out, like, for the actual date, but I'm going to, like, evaluate you on, like, are you worth my time, effort, and energy?
Here's the thing. Money is not greater than happiness, guys. So if the happiness value is super high, who fucking cares about the money, right? Spend all your money if it makes you extremely happy. But if you're not happy, if this person isn't blowing your fucking mind and you're spending all this money, then fuck them. Get rid of them. That's my thought.
Number 7, take an interest in her interests and plan a date around them. I love horror movies. That's not exactly a secret. So if you offer to take me to a movie and your first movie choice happens to be that horror film that just opened up that I haven't seen, you get 10 bonus points.
Because you're listening. It shows a few things. It shows you're listening. It shows your initiative, and it shows like you care.
And that
It
brings
really
us
does.
into number 8.
Oh, does it?
It does.
Initiative is super important. It does. Number 8, initiative. My God, is that important? And again, keep in mind, a lot of these go both ways, females and males. We're not saying men have to do everything. God, no. No, it needs to be equal in that sense. Women need to show initiative. Women need to listen to you. Women need to take time to plan special things for you as well. Again, it might not be flowers every few months, but it might be, taking you out to some surprise thing that we know you're interested in, whatever it may be. But again, initiative is so important in relationships, and you need to show initiative.
I feel like you should say number 9 because it's more you than me.
9. Girls love flowers and or little gifts.
I'm more of like a little gift person.
Yes.
So play it by ear because I kill everything.
Chocolates here and there.
Flowers.
There's so many
And
different
I have
things.
cats and they'll eat it.
Even like weird like gift cards to certain things that they love. Like, here's the thing, little gifts here and there, not just on the yearly special occasion things, but little thoughtful things here and there. Girls appreciate it so much. So much. And again, you have to decide your level of, is the girl doing this for you? Do you think she should be doing this for you as well? If she's not, But again, keep in mind, we really do appreciate it. And if a girl is taking things from you and doesn't seem like she appreciates it, you should probably get rid of that girl.
Number 10. Be honest about who you are, what you're looking for, what you want, and what you need. Pretty much right away. Obviously without being over the top or too extreme. There's nothing worse than being on a different page than the other person and finding out like on the 3rd date that the relationship can't go any further because they're looking for someone who's going to give up their entire life and be a housewife. And you're like, wow, if you would have just said that on date number 1, I would have politely said, I'm not your girl, let's move on.
I've been on a date where a guy literally asked me right off the bat. He's like, do you ever want kids? Do you do drugs? Like, all kinds of like weird things. And it was made very clear, like, if you never want kids, I don't want to be with you. There were certain things that were like, these are make or break things. If you have super make or break things, it should be brought up fairly right away. Again, within reason. Like, you shouldn't say something like, if you're not willing to get married within the next 6 months, I don't want to be with you. That's an unreasonable request. or if you're not willing to have kids in the next year, then fuck you. Like there's certain things that are actually unreasonable, but there's other things that say, hey.
But also, here's the thing: if you have that unreasonable request, still.
But
voice
yeah,
it.
but then you
'Cause
need
again,
to voice
you need
it.
to-
You do need to voice it. That's true. If you have an unreasonable request,
still voice it.
voice it as well.
You need to save time if it's unreasonable.
On
The
both
clock is
sides.
fucking ticking.
On both sides, girls, guys, both of you guys do it. So these are really do's and don'ts for girls and guys when dating. There are more male to female skewed ones, but either way, guys, I'm telling you, this is what me and Jess, we've run into a lot, and it has been detrimental to our relationship. So we hope this helps you on your quest, and know that it's really hard to date right now. We live in a weird time. Technology has changed the field, and it's made it so much less personal, and it's so hard to get to know people now, and everyone's in a weird space. So don't get us wrong, you're not alone. We struggle as much as you do. We swear we do. So we hope this helps.
And if we did not hit one of your top 10 do's or don'ts, please feel free to comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. This is an open conversation. We want to hear from you. So comment down below with your do's and don'ts.
All right, guys, have a good weekend.
Don't forget to like this video and also subscribe, and 10 bonus points if you join our Patreon.
True, true, true.
Stay bloody.
Bye. Thank you so much for checking out Scream Queen Stream. We hope you loved it as much as we do.
If you want to see more of our videos, check out our YouTube page. And while you're there, how about you subscribe? You want to see more? Just tweet us. Find us on Facebook. Join in on the fun.
And most importantly, if you really want to join us on this crazy ride, check out our Patreon page and become a patron for amazing, awesome perks that we give out monthly.
As well as early access to all of our videos.
Free giveaways.
And a whole lot more fun shit.
So check it out.
We'll see you there.
Stay bloody.
You stole my tagline.
I did.
You're a horrible friend.